everyone. Last class I will discuss about chromosomal theory of inheritance. Chromosomal theory of inheritance proposed by Sutton and Boveri. And best example for chromosomal theory of inheritance is dihybrid crossing draws pea plants. Dihybrid crossing pea plants is the best example for chromosomal theory of inheritance proposed by Sutton and Boveri. So best example dihybrid crossing pea plants. And in previous class also discussed linkage and recombination. Linkage and recombination. So the linkage, this process was discovered by T.H. Marker. Linkage, this process was discovered by T.H. Marker. Discovered by T.H. Marker in Drosophila melanogaster. Drosophila melanogaster. For linkage, best example is dihybrid crossing Drosophila. So best example for linkage is dihybrid crossing. So Drosophila. Dihybrid crossing Drosophila. Dihybrid crossing. So Drosophila. See, next concept is sex determination. Sex determination. What is sex and what is the sex determination? What is a sex and sex determination? So, sex is, what is sex and what is sex determination? Sex is the hereditary difference. Sex is the hereditary difference. Sex is the hereditary difference. Sex is the hereditary difference between two individuals. Between two individuals. Two individuals of same species. Of same species. Of same species. Is called as sex. Is called as sex. Sex is defined as hereditary differences. Hereditary differences between two individuals. Two individuals of a same species. Two individuals of a same species. Two individuals. Two different sex, male and female. This is called sex. Sex means there are two types, male and female. So, two individuals means male and female of same species is called as sex. Clear? Hereditary sex is defined as hereditary difference between two individuals of same species is called sex. And what is sex determination? What is a sex determination? What is sex determination? See, sex determination. You determine whether the sex is male or female. There are two types of sexes. We know male sex and female sex. So, sex determination means you determine or you decide whether the sex is male or female. This is called sex determination. So, sex determination, clear? Sex determination means we decide whether the sex is male or female. You determine, we decide the sex is male or female. Very simple. It is called sex determination. See, definition. What is sex determination? Sex determination is the process. Sex determination is the process in which sex determination is the process in which sexuality sexuality of an organism. Of an organism. Sexuality of an organism is decided. Is sexuality of an organism is decided is called a sex determination. It's called sex determination. Is called a sex determination. Is called sex determination. Clear? So, sex determination is the process in which sexuality of an organism. Sexuality of an organism is whether the organism is male or female. Already I will explain. Sexuality of an organism. Sexuality of an organism means, so sexuality or sex of an organism. We decide, we determine the sexuality or sex of an organism, whether the sex of the organism is male or female. The organism is male or female. This is called sex determination. Clear? Process. Sex determination is the process in which sexuality of an organism is decided. It's called sex determination. Sexuality of organism is nothing but male or female. We can decide it, or we can determine male or female. This is called sexuality of the organism. This process is called sex determination. See, sex determination of an organism. Sex determination of organism occurs or takes place at the time of fertilization. Sex determination is decided at the time of fertilization. Sex determination occurs or takes place at the time of fertilization. Sex determination takes place or decided at the time of fertilization. So, sex, whether the sex is male or female, it is decided at the time of fertilization. Means at the time of fertilization, fusion of gametes, male and female gametes, carrying chromosomes. So, allosomes, we know that in chromosomes, there are later I will discuss two types of chromosomes, autosomes and allosomes. So, at the time of fertilization, so exchange of genetic material, that is chromosomes X, Y, XX. So, allosomes. So, that's why the sex is determined at the time of fertilization. Clear? So, sex, what is sex determination? And sex determination is decided at the time of fertilization. Clear? Sex is hereditary differences between two individuals of same species is called sex. Difference, two individuals, male or female. Then sex determination. So, sex determination is a process in which sexuality of an organism is decided, is called sex determination. Sexuality of an organism, that is male or female, it is called sex determination. Sex determination takes place at the time of fertilization. Okay, next. The term sex is derived from Latin language. The term sex is derived from Latin language. Means sex means sexes. Means section. Sexes means section or separation. Here, the term sex is derived from Latin, where sexes means Latin word sexes The term sex is derived from Latin word sexus, where sexus means section or separation. Sexus or separation. Clear? In dioecious organisms, in dioecious organisms, in dioecious organisms, there are two types of chromosomes are produced. Two types of chromosomes. Two types of chromosomes. Two types of chromosomes are produced. In dioecious organisms, there are two types of chromosomes are produced. They are two types of chromosomes are produced. They are present. Two types of chromosomes are present in dioecious organisms. How many types of chromosomes are produced in dioecious organisms? Two types of chromosomes are present or produced in dioecious organisms. See, which are those? They are, first one, autosomes. And second one, allosomes. Autosomes and allosomes. These are the two types of chromosomes present in the dioecious chromosomes. Clear? Allosomes and autosomes. These are the two types of chromosomes present in the dioecious organisms. See, first, what are autosomes? Clear? I will discuss one by one. What are autosomes? What are autosomes? What are autosomes? First, autosomes. The autosomes are the chromosomes. Autosomes are chromosomes which determine. Autosomes are the chromosomes which determine. So, autosomes are the chromosomes which determine. Autosomes are the chromosomes which determine the body characters. Determine the body characters. Somatic characters. Which determines the body character. Somatic characters are called autosomes. That's why they are also called somatic chromosomes. They are also called somatic chromosomes. They are also called somatic chromosomes. Here, see, there are two types of chromosomes. First one, autosomes. Autosomes are the chromosomes which decide the body characters. Autosomes decide or determine body characters or somatic character. That's why autosomes are also called somatic chromosomes. So they are designated as somatic chromosomes or autosomes are designated as AA autosomes. They are designated as AA. Okay. And second one, allosomes. are the chromosomes. Allosomes are the chromosomes. Allosomes are the chromosomes. So they determine allosomes are the chromosomes. They determine sex of an organism. Sex of the organism. Sex of the organism. Sex of the organism is called allosomes, or they are also called sex chromosomes. They are also called sex chromosomes because they determine the sex of the organism. The chromosomes which are responsible to determine the sex of the organism. That's why they are also called sex chromosomes. Clear? Allosomes. Allosomes are the chromosomes which determine the sex of the organism. So, the chromosomes mainly determine the sex of the organism, whether male or female. Sex of the organism means the organism is male or organism is female. This is called sex of the organism, either male or female organism. So, these chromosomes is allosomes are responsible for determine the sex of the organism. That's why allosomes are also called sex chromosomes. Allosomes are also called sex chromosomes because they determine or they play very important role in the determination of sex of the organism. And allosomes are designated as allosomes are designated as XX in females. XX in females. Similar XX, dissimilar chromosomes, and XY chromosomes in males. XY chromosomes in males. XY chromosomes in males. So, allosomes are designated as XX in females and XY in males. So, these are the two types of chromosomes. Clear? So, autosomes and allosomes. We know the difference. Autosomes responsible for determination of body characters. That's why they are also called body chromosomes or somatic chromosomes. They are designated as A capital A autosomes. A means autosome. And allosomes, they very important role to determine the sex of the organism. So they determine the sex of the organism. They are also called sex chromosomes and designated as XX similar chromosomes in females, XY dissimilar chromosomes in males, XX in females, XY in males. Clear? These are the two types of chromosomes, autosomes and allosomes. Okay. Then, with reference to the sex chromosome, next concept. With reference to the sex chromosome, with reference to the sex chromosome, with reference to the sex chromosome, the organisms are grouped into two types. The organisms are grouped into two types. See, with reference to the sex chromosome. Means allosome. Sex chromosomes. Allosomes are called sex chromosomes. See, with reference to the sex chromosome. The organisms are grouped into two types. They are homogenetic organisms homogametic organisms and heterogametic organisms. Heterogametic organisms. Heterogametic organisms. Homogametic and heterogametic organisms. Here, with reference to sex chromosomes. Sex chromosomes are also called allosomes. Sex chromosomes are allosomes. Organisms are grouped into two types: homogametic and heterogametic. In 1906, Karl Correns proposed the theory. In 1906, Karl Correns proposed the theory called theory of it is called theory of heterogenesis. Theory of heterogenesis. Theory of heterogenesis. In 1906, Karl Correns proposed the theory. This theory is called theory of heterogenesis. According to this theory, there are two types of sex determination. According to this theory, there are two types of sex determination. There are two types of sex determination. There are two types of sex determination. According to this theory of heterogenesis, two types of sex determination. They are two types of sex determination. They are male heterogameity and female heterogameity. Female heterogameity and male heterogameity. Clear? See, with reference to the sex chromosome, organisms are grouped into two types. They are homogametic organisms and heterogametic organisms. Homogametic organisms. Homo means similar. Homogametic means similar gametes. The organisms produces similar gametes. Clear? Homo means similar, same. Gametes. See, the organisms produces similar gametes. Clear? The organism produces similar gametes. Hetero means different, means dissimilar. Hetero means dissimilar gamete producing organisms. So the organisms produces dissimilar gametes are called heterogametic, and the organisms produces similar gametes. The organisms produces similar gametes are called homogametic. Clear the difference? So clear? So homogametic and heterogametic. So in 1906, Karl Correns proposed the theory. This theory is called theory of heterogenesis. So according to the theory of heterogenesis, there are two types of sex determination. According to the theory of heterogenesis proposed by Correns, there are two types of sex determination. How many types in sex determination? Two types in sex determination. There are two types. They are male heterogametic and female heterogametic. Male heterogametic and female heterogametic. Clear? Next. The homogametic organisms the homogametic organisms. Homogametic organisms. Homogametic organisms produces gametes. Produces the gametes. Contains similar chromosomes. Similar chromosomes. Similar chromosomes. Homogametic organisms produces gametes. Produces gametes. They contain similar chromosomes. Similar chromosomes. And heterogametic organisms. Heterogametic organisms produces gametes. Contains. So dissimilar. So chromosomes. Dissimilar chromosomes. Produces gametes. Dissimilar chromosomes. The dissimilar chromosomes. Here, homogametic organisms produces gametes contain similar chromosomes, and heterogametic organisms produces gametes. These gametes contain dissimilar chromosomes. The gametes contain dissimilar chromosomes. Okay? And in some animals or in some organisms, males are heterogametic. In some organisms, males are heterogametic, means they produces different gametes. Males are heterogametic, and females are homogametic. They produces similar gametes. In other hand, in some animals, reverse. In some animals, males are homogametic. And females are heterogametic. Clear? Got the point? See, in some organisms, males are heterogametic. Means they produces different gametes, and females are homogametic. They produces similar gametes. In other hand, in some animals, males are homogametic. Reverse. Males are homogametic, means they produces similar gametes, and females are heterogametic, means they produces dissimilar gametes. Clear? So, homogametic and heterogametic organisms. Clear? Okay. Write down. Heterogenesis. 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 So here two types. First one, male heterogenetic. Next, female heterogenetic. Female heterogenetic. Female heterogenetic. Example: heterogenesis. This theory was proposed by Carl Coens. According to this theory, there are two types of sex determination. One is male heterogenetic and female heterogenetic and male heterogenetic. For example, so XX and XY type. XY type. Male heterogenetic. Here XY dissimilar. Males have dissimilar gametes. Here XX XY dissimilar. So it occurs in this type of sex determination. XX and XY type of sex determination occurs in Drosophila. Drosophila, children of genetics and man. This type of sex determination occurs in XX and XY type. For example, so males are different. Male heterogeneity. Male produces two different units, X and Y, different chromosomes, X and Y chromosomes. This is called male heterogeneity. Example: XX plus XY type animals. Example: Drosophila and man. And also one more example is first. Second one is XX plus X0. So this is female. This is male. Male is heterogenetic. Males are heterogenetic. See, this is female. Then this is male. Males are heterogenetic. Example: Drosophila and man. Drosophila and man. Drosophila and man. Here the example is grasshopper. This type of XX and XO, not 0, XO, XX and XO. This type of sex determination occurs in grasshopper. This type of sex determination occurs in grasshopper and cockroach. Grasshopper and cockroach. Grasshopper and cockroach. Next, female heterogenetic. Female heterogenetic. Next, female heterogenetic. Female heterogenetic. Female heterogenetic. See, females produces different gametes. It's male heterogenetic. Clear? Males produces different gametes, X and Y. Here XO different. Here females are similar, XX similar gametes, but males are different. Here female heterogeneity. In some animals, females produces different gametes. It's called female heterogametic. So for example, Z plus ZO type. Your male. This is female. Females are heterogametic. Females are heterogametic. Females are heterogametic. They produce different gametes X and O. Here male ZZ. Male ZZ means similar. Males are similar. They produce similar gametes. But female heterogametic. Females produces different gametes Z and O. Different. This is called female heterogametic. Example. So butterfly. Next example, second one. Example one. So Z plus ZW. ZW. This is male. This is female. Heterogametic. Z and W. Different gametes. Different gametes. Z and W. So example. So ZZ and ZW. This type of sex determination occurs in birds. Example, birds. Example, this type of ZZ plus ZW. This type of sex determination occurs in the birds. Clear? This is called heterogenesis. Heterogenesis. This male heterogametic and female heterogametic. Clear? In some organisms, male or heterogametic, they produces different gametes. In some organisms, females are heterogametic, they produces different gametes. This is called heterogenesis. This theory was proposed by Sir Carl Collins in 1906. Clear? Okay. Next. Next concept is heterogenesis. 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 So heterogenesis, we know that already. Heterogenesis, there are two types: male heterogametic and female heterogametic. So heterogametic could be either. Heterogametic could be either. Heterogametic could be either. We know male, either in male or females, or in females. That means heterogenesis or heterogametic occurs in males and also in females. See, heterogametic could be either in males or in females. So, heterogenesis in males includes heterogenesis in males includes heterogenesis in males includes XX plus XY. Heterogenesis in males includes XX and XY and XX plus XO. Here, heterogenesis occurs in both the males and in females. Heterogenesis in males includes 2 times xx plus xy type, and second one xx plus xy type. These are the two types of heterogeneity occurs in the males. Clear? So next, sex determination. Clear this concept? So sex determination in humans. 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 See, the sex determination. The sex determination is the best, the most common sex determination. The most common method. The most common method of sex determination. 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 The most common method of sex determination is sex determination. The most common method of sex determination is chromosomal mechanism of sex determination. Sex determination. Chromosomal mechanism of sex determination. See, most common method of sex determination is chromosomal mechanism of sex determination. Okay. Then, so example. So is already I will explain. There are 4 types in this section. This section deals with. This section deals with. This section deals with, or this concept deals with. So heterogenesis. Different types of heterogenesis. This section deals with different types of heterogenesis for the sex determination or determination of sex. Determination of sex. Determination of. This section deals with heterogenesis. This section deals with heterogenesis. This section deals with different types of heterogenesis for the determination of the sex. There are 4 types. There are 4 different types of heterogenesis. Got the point? This section deals with different types of heterogenesis for determination of sex. So there are 4 types of sex determination. There are 4 types. There are 4 types of sex determination. They are XX plus XY type. How method? First one XX different type of heterogenesis. There are four types: XX plus XY type. Second one, XX plus XO type of sex determination. And third one, so Z plus ZO type of sex determination. And D, ZZ plus ZW type of sex determination. There are four types of heterogenesis of sex determination. So in this section, I will deal with four types of heterogenesis. Four types of heterogenesis for the determination of sex. First one, XX plus XY type. B, XX plus XO type. C, ZZ plus ZO type. And ZZ plus ZW type. These are the four different types of heterogenesis to determination of the sex of an organism. So, next. Best example. First one, I will discuss XX plus XY type. First type. XX XY type. XX and XY type. See, XX XY type. Example, Drosophila and man. Already I will give example for Drosophila and man. See, here there are two chromosomes X and Y, dissimilar chromosomes. This type of sex determination. See, this type of sex determination is determined by this type of sex determination. This type of sex determination is determined by the presence of X and Y chromosomes. X and Y chromosomes. X and Y chromosomes. So this type of sex determination is based on the presence of X and Y chromosomes. So here X and X similar chromosomes. X and X similar chromosomes means homogeneity. This is heterogeneity. This is called male heterogeneity. Male heterogeneity. So then here the female produces an X and X chromosomes. Females have X and X chromosomes. Hence, they are called similar sex chromosomes. Similar, so sex chromosomes. Similar sex chromosomes. Similar sex chromosomes. Similar case. Hence, the female is called homogenetic. Hence, the female is called homogenetic. Hence, the female is called homogenetic. And the female produces only one type of egg. The female produces. So, the female produces only one type of egg. Only one type of egg. Only one type of egg. And carries one X chromosome. And carries one X chromosome. And carries one X chromosome. So then female produces only one type of egg and carries one X chromosome. Then males are heterogamitic. Males are heterogamitic because they produces two different gametes. Because males produces two different gametes. Two different gametes. Males produces two different gametes. That's why males are heterogametic. So 50% of gametes carries X chromosome, and remaining 50% gametes carries Y chromosomes. Clear? 50% of the gamete carries X chromosomes and 50% of the gamete carries Y chromosomes. Hence, the sex of an offspring. The sex of an offspring depends on whether the sperm contain X or Y chromosomes. Got this point? Hence, the sex of an offspring is mainly depends upon whether the sperm contain X chromosome or Y chromosome. Here, this is the XX, XY type. This is the best example for male heterogamity. Here, female X and X, similar chromosomes, but here male X and Y, different heterogametic. Male heterogametic. So, XX and XY type. So, here in this method, the sex is determined by mainly due to the presence of X and Y chromosomes. Females are homogametic. Here, females are homogametic because they produces two similar gametes X and X. So that's why they are called homogametic. And female produces only one type of egg. And carries one X chromosome. Then males are heterogametic because they produces two different gametes. 50% of the gamete carries X chromosome and 50% of the gametes carries Y chromosome. Hence, the sex of the organism or sex of the offspring, is mainly depends on whether the sperm contains X chromosome or Y chromosome. It means the sex of the offspring is mainly depends upon the sperm which contains whether X chromosome or Y chromosome. Clear? So, example, Drosophila. Review. Example, Drosophila. Drosophila and man. Drosophila and second one, man. The best example for XX and XY type sex determination. So, sex determination in Drosophila. Sex determination. In Drosophila. Sex determination in Drosophila. So, mother father, father, mother, see father. Mother is homogametic, homogametic, AA, autosomes plus X, 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 autosomes, these are autosomes, and father, father, so A plus X, Y, this is P1 generation, P1 generation, then A plus X, here A plus X and A plus 1 gametes, then A plus X A plus X Y, this is F1 generation, F1 generation, 6A plus XX, yo 6A plus XY, 6A plus XY. This is the sex determination in Drosophila. In Drosophila, the sex determination is XX and XY type. This may heterogeneity. Here, so next class I will discuss sex determination in man.